Hello there, welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of my favorite videos because we're going to be trying on a bunch of new makeup. This video is not sponsored, however, this company, MCoBEAUTY, did send me this very generous PR package. I've tried out a few of these products already, but the majority of them I have not even pulled out. So we're going to try as many of these products as I can on my face today. Now, if you're not familiar with this brand, it is what they proclaim to be Australia's #1 beauty brand, and they have recently come to the US and are available in the Kroger family chain of grocery stores. That includes ones like Fry's, Ralph's, Smith's, etc. Now, I don't have any of those grocery stores close by me, so I went to their website just to see if you can buy these things online, and you can. And when I went to the website, I was shocked at how many products they actually have to offer. Now, I'm calling these luxury drugstore products because their prices do range up to $30, but it seems like their products in general, the majority of the products are around $8 to $20, and there are quite a few that range from $8 to $13. If you've shopped drugstore beauty products recently, you will know that drugstore prices have gone up. So I feel like some of their products may be more than some of the typical drugstore, but the rest of the drugstore brands are kind of going right along with this pricing. Now, I'm going to give you a few thoughts here up front. If you want to skip right to the try on, I'll put the timestamp here on the screen. You can just slide that little bar fast forward. I just want to quickly address some of the concerns that I've heard people express in their review of this brand. And the concerns are that many of their products replicate luxurious brands' similar products. And they sent this cute little Beauty Today's News Beauty Biz newsletter. The CEO is Shelley Sullivan, who created these products, and her sole intent was to give us luxury type products at a more affordable price. So many of the products, though, their packaging replicates the higher end luxury brands' counterparts. So, for example, their Super Glow Bronzing Drops look very similar to the Drunk Elephant de Bronzy drops. And, you know, the packaging's similar. This is pink, this is white, but the shape is similar. The product I'm hoping to try out today, we'll see if it's actually similar. Some of their products replicate Charlotte Tilbury packaging. And so people have expressed concern, I'll just say concern over that. But packaging is not something that is patented, at least to my knowledge. And so honestly, I don't have an issue that their packaging looks like the higher end counterpart, because let's be real, if they can give us really nice packaging and a great product inside for about half the price of their luxury high-end counterpart, I don't see the issue. The issue I would have personally is if their branding and their kind of labeling on the product looked exactly like the counterpart, like if they had all of this same logo or a very similar logo and the writing looked the same, to where they were actually trying to fool you into thinking you were buying the high end, that's when I have an issue. But I don't have an issue if they choose to give us really nice packaging and a great product at a more affordable price. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts. Now let's jump into the trial. Now, I don't have a full face in this box of their brand of products, so I'm going to fill in with other drugstore products, and I'll list all of those down below, but I'll try and make this video not, 2 hours long, so we'll speed through some of that. The first product I'm going to use, because my lips desperately need some hydration, is this Glow and Treat 2-in-1 lip treatment. And it says the hydration and boost and nourishing treatment your lips deserve. I tried this yesterday. It's so fun. It has 3 steel balls. So as you apply this clear gel, which smells fruity, to your lips, it's also massaging your lips. Feels really nice. And this retails for $8.99. Good shine. The other lip treatment that I did use yesterday is this lip oil. You know, lip oils are all the rage. And this is a nice one too. I felt like this hydrated my lips really well, but it's basically your standard lip oil with the doe foot. And this one has kind of a lighter sweet scent, a lighter kind of fruity sweet scent, but still very nice. And it did hydrate my lips and it sunk in by the time I was ready to put on my lipstick yesterday. So that one also retails for $8.99. Now this next product I'm actually not going to use today. I forgot this was in here actually, and I already moisturized my face. But I think it's a good thing because this is a pretty heavy duty moisturizer and probably is going to be too much for me during the day, personally on my oily combo skin. But this is Souffle Dream. And what it says about this is just, it's a marshmallow soft and packed with rich skin loving ingredients. And it retails for $18.39. I do love the packaging, really high end offering here where it is an airless pump. And so you just squeeze this down. Obviously you have to squeeze it a few times initially to get the product to come up, but then it just kind of gives you your daily dose in that one pump. So I'm excited to try this. I will definitely keep you posted. But the next product I am going to use with my sunscreen. So I haven't applied any sunscreen, and that's the bronzing drops. Now, a lot of people, and I was in this camp too, I will say, a lot of people don't understand what the fuss is about the bronzing drops. And because they say, well, you put it on and then you put on your foundation and it covers it up. Yes, and I thought the same thing too. I thought, is this really doing anything? But one thing is this actually does have some skin loving ingredients. So this particular MCoBEAUTY one, it says it's a weightless skincare infused serum that hydrates while adding a warm bronze tint to your complexion. And the way I fell in love with the bronzy drops last year is I started mixing them with my sunscreen that was tinted, but it was the wrong tint, and that was the matte screen from Supergoop. And all of a sudden I thought, wait, I love this. I also mixed it with my Ulta MD that was a little more pink leaning. And once I have Sunless Tanner on, having a tinted sunscreen that matches better to my neck allows me to go lighter with my foundation application. So even when I was using a full coverage foundation, I would apply it more with a sponge and give myself just a little less coverage, but I felt like I already had kind of that tint on my face. So anyway, that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna mix a couple of drops of this, which I have not yet tested this out, but it looks to be, oh, yep, okay. It looks about like the same consistency as the bronzy drops. They're not watery. They do have a nice cream, and this is a really nice color. So I'm going to mix a couple drops in with this, and I'm gonna try to use affordable products. This is, I don't know if this is technically drugstore, but this is Bubble +1 Tinted Mineral SPF. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of that in with my sunscreen. And you're using so little of it, you don't have to worry about it diluting your sunscreen, but it's just gonna add enough tint that if you have deeper skin tone, or if you do Sunless Tanner like I do on my body and you don't always do it on your face, this is a quick way to, whoa, yep, that adds quite a lot of color. Kind of help tint your skin to a closer color to my neck. There we go. And I'm just using the BK Beauty 101 brush. This is what I'm going to use for my foundation. So normally I apply sunscreen with my fingers. I don't know why. Decided I'm going to be a little extra today. Now these drops do say that they are best mixed in with your moisturizer or sunscreen. They're not really meant to be applied just all by themselves because it can make your skin look patchy. But mixed in, holy moly, that's a lot of tan, a lot of glow. But we'll see if they dry down like the other ones that I've used forever. We'll see how quickly they dry down, but it doesn't feel heavy. So it doesn't feel like I just added a thick layer of anything. So, all right, we're gonna let that sit. Let me apply some eyeshadow primer real quick. Okay, for that, I just used the Milani eyeshadow primer. And now I want to do just a quick eye look real quick. I don't have any products other than mascara from MCoBEAUTY. So I'll just buzz through this. I have these two new palettes from Morphe, and I tried these out yesterday. And I really especially love the mattes. So I think that's what we're going to do. This one right here, which is called, what is this even called? Gold Seeker. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of this matte cream shade on my Sigma E50. These have good pigmentation, and I felt they actually stayed well all throughout the day. So I was impressed by that. Next, I'm gonna dip into a little bit of this palette. This is called Rose to Fame. And I know some of you are gonna freak out and be like, oh, another pink look. Don't worry, it's really not pink. I tried this yesterday and I was kind of surprised how this dusty pink-ish looking color on my eyes turned a little more brown. So it's gonna be kind of a little more of a nice soft brown. And I think I'm gonna just stick to a matte eye, and I'm just using a rougher 15 Max. And this is gonna be like one of the easiest eye looks ever. Some of you are going, sure, Shirley, I'll believe that. Well, we'll see. All right, so I just put that through the crease and then all over the lid. I'm gonna go next to eyeliner, and then we'll go back for maybe just one more shadow. This is the Revlon Color Stay Multiplayer, and this shade is High Stakes. This is the deep dark chocolate brown, and I'm just gonna put this on kind of the outer half of my eye here. And then I'm gonna work one eye at a time because I don't want this to be a super harsh line. So I started halfway and did kind of a thicker line out here, and then I will take my, let's go in with the rougher number 3 brush, which is this tiny little brush, and I'm gonna go back to, well, we'll go in with this shadow here from the Rose to Fame palette, and just gonna go right over the top of that line. So it stays super dark at the lash line, and then we get kind of a nice soft smudged look as it goes up. We'll do a little more blending, but use that brush here in the outer corner just to further blend that up. And then I'll take the rougher number 1 brush, and I'll go back to our crease color and just a touch in that darker shade. And I'm just gonna use this just to kind of make all of those colors blend together seamlessly. So it just looks like a haze of color gradation on the lid here. And again, that depth in the outer corner is giving us just a little bit of a lift here as we go up toward the brow, and it makes it look like my hooded eyes, the crease is higher than it really is. So let's just blend that out, and then I'll use a little bit, I'm gonna dip into this light pink shade and our crease shade. Let's just do that. Okay, now I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of that liner to the lower lash lines and smudge it out with my finger. And then I'll take the Sigma E15 and I'm gonna go in with our crease shade. And the reason why I like this brush, I wear contacts, and this brush just keeps any powder from flying up into the eye. So that's why I love this brush, or the Morphe M432 for the lower lash line. And then I'll touch just a little bit of the darker shade, outer corner. I already cleaned up under the eyes and applied a little bit of Catrice Under Eye Brightener in Warm Vanilla. And now let's add a few more of these complexion products. So the next product I have not tried, I'm a little hesitant, we'll go sparingly. This is the Instant Glow Flash Primer. This definitely reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury packaging, and I know they have a product, is it Wonder Glow or something? I don't think that I've ever bought that before because, again, oily combo girl. I'm not usually using too many hydrating or glowy primers. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see. I like that. Ooh, very inventive by this extra cap in there, it kept it from oozing out everywhere. So let me try a little bit of this on the back of my hand for you so you can just see. And again, we're just gonna go real lightly with this because the foundation, oh, that's pretty, very nice. I can't detect any hint, any scent or anything. Okay, very light. All right, I don't need to be as frightened as I thought I would be. Let me read about this. So in this newsletter, it gives me all the information, pricing, everything. So it says this is a radiance enhancing, moisture boosting, perfect primer for a beautifully fresh and dewy finish. $21.19 is how much that costs. All right, so it's very cooling to the touch. And actually, I feel like I need to, oh, interesting. Okay, it feels very lightweight. It feels like a water-based formula. There's no silicone feel or anything. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this on the tops of the cheeks here. Ooh, nice. Now I definitely don't think you wanna put this over your foundation because I think it would lift it. Like I can tell it took away some of my debronzing drops. So I'm glad I just put that on the tops of the cheeks. But I think if you put this all over your face, maybe mixed with your moisturizer or with the bronzing drops and your sunscreen, you would get a really nice glow. But actually, it sunk in and it doesn't feel heavy at all. So nice, just a hint of glow, and it looks a little bit smoother actually in that region. Let me just smooth out this side of the face here. All right, let's add some foundation. I'm just gonna buzz through this real quick. Revlon sent me their whole Illuminance line, and so I have tried this foundation before, but it's been a while, but they also sent me their serum and their blushes, so stay tuned for more on that. But I'm just gonna apply this, and this shade is 305. It's pretty close to what I need. We'll make it work. All right, I gotta mix in just a little bit of 405. I did this yesterday and I forgot. That little extra bit, I think helps it blend better. That's better, okay. So you can see with that foundation, which I feel like is a good solid medium coverage foundation. Once I got the color correct, I didn't feel like I needed to fully cover every inch of my face because I already had that slightly bronzy glow underneath. So it just blends in quicker, and I feel like with a thinner, I'm able to use a thinner layer. Okay, we're gonna let that sit. Let me add some concealer. Just tapping in a little bit of the Revlon 5-in-1 Skin Awaken. And this is the shade 040. I have some serious dark circles going on, and this is even after using eye patches today. I'll explain why in an upcoming uncut video. Just gonna add a little bit here down the center of the nose. All right, now sit back. We've got several complexion products. All right, starting off, the Instant Contour Cream Bronzer, and I have the shade Medium Deep. It also comes in a light medium or fair light. Has this sponge tip applicator. Yes, it is like the Charlotte Tilbury, but guess what? Tarte has a similar one. Also, e.l.f., but here's the difference. Okay, e.l.f. is still pricey. This one retails for $18.39, and I think the e.l.f. one's around $12 or $13. You do get a little less in this, and here's the difference. Yes, it has a sponge tip applicator, and it gets really super messy because it does not have the locking mechanism that this and the higher end counterparts have. So what that does is it allows you to unlock, and you squeeze up just a small amount. I do it until I see this thing kind of start to puff up, and then you lock it, then apply. And that prevents you from getting all that extra oozing product. You can travel with this. The e.l.f. ones, if you're in an airplane and you have that change in pressure, it can cause them to overflow. And I've also had my e.l.f. ones in the drawer for like 2 months. I haven't used them, and the product inside is separating, and they're not that old. So just a little FYI. Now, I used this yesterday, and I have had the Charlotte Tilbury one, and you know also I love the Tarte one. I think this very much, it's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, do you see how effortlessly that blends in? And I love the tone of this. It is, even though it's medium dark, and I do have some tan on my skin, I feel like it's pretty easy to diffuse, and you can also build up more color if you wish. But I mean, yeah, just look at that instant contour. So it's cool enough, but this one has maybe a little bit of some maybe reddish shade to it, so it doesn't look gray, which I appreciate. And I just love the effect that it has on the shaping aspect of my face. I've been taking the A503 to blend out my nose contour, and I just love how it lets me bring this in to connect my eyeshadow there, and just a little more precise application. All right, sorry, had a delivery interruption. So now let's get to some cheek color. And 3 options here, all are liquid or cream products. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use, so I'll show you all 3. First is the Super Glow Blush Drops. So similar to the bronze drops, but these do actually say that you can put them over your foundation if you wish, or if you really wanted kind of like a rosy flush and you wanted to mix a little bit with your moisturizer, you could do that. I don't plan to use them that way, but let's just check out this color. The consistency seems pretty much the same as the bronzy drops. Ooh, that's pretty. No shimmer or glow in this one as far as pearlescent glow, but obviously it is a kind of liquid to cream, so it's going to leave a little bit of a glow on the cheeks. That one says it has a protective skin shield, so there are some skin loving ingredients in that, and retails for $20.29. The next product is this one, which reminds me of the Glossier product similar to this. This is a cheek and lip tint. This says it blurs the line between a dewy gel cream and a stain for a luminous pop of color. This only retails for $8.79. And you get quite a lot of product. This color is blush red. Ooh, it looks more of like, oh yeah, looks kind of like a deep berry, but definitely more sheer. It's not an opaque, oh, okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Whoa, very pigmented, but it is, it's very jelly-like. Now that's a really great swatch. All right, there we go. It's probably gonna leave me this nice stain on my hand here. And then the third product, again, reminiscent of the Charlotte Tilbury, also Tarte, the e.l.f. We've got similar packaging here. This is, again, more product than you get in the e.l.f. ones, but the same as Charlotte or Tarte. And this is called the Soft Matte Beauty Wand. Beautiful packaging. I just have to say, if they can give me this kind of packaging, drugstore-ish prices, luxury drugstore, I'm okay with that. And this one retails for $18.39. And again, has the locking mechanism. I appreciate that. All right, let's just see what this color is. Ooh, I'm going to just squeeze up a little bit. Again, lock it before you use it. It makes a world of difference. Oh, that's lovely. Ooh, that's kind of like that cherry red cheek, which is very much on trend this year. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, given what I'm wearing, I think I'm gonna go, let's try out the blush drops first. And then if we need to, we might add a little bit of the cheek tint as well. So let me get my favorite brush for cream products. That's the one from Refer, it's the 04. Yes, it's time for another bath on that one. All right, let's go in. I'm gonna go from the back of my hand. I don't think it's dried, it hasn't dried yet. So let's just tap in a little bit. Oh yeah, that's quite pigmented. So more pigment for sure than what the bronze drops gives, but I'm okay with that because I think it should. especially if you're applying on top of makeup. It does not seem to be lifting the foundation, but again, these kind of products, I always apply first to the back of the hand and then on the cheeks. Wow, that's a lot of color. All right, that's okay. I have to powder still, so wow. Okay, that's a lot of pink, but it's pretty. Let's just see what happens if we add in a touch of this warmer shade here. Ooh, really gonna be blushy. All right, and then I'm gonna take my foundation brush before I powder. Let's just go over the top of that. One more cream product before the powder comes in, and that is the Highlight and Glow Wand. And let's see what particular shade. Now this one, the color was Flushed Blush, and this one, this highlighter is Champagne Glow. So I believe this one retails for the same price. Yes, or no, $18.49, so 10 cents more. All right, again, the locking mechanism, I love that. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna dot this on the top of my cheek. This smaller 109 brush from MCoBEAUTY. Love this for cream highlighter on the top of the cheeks. Ooh, that's lovely. Add a little more from the back of my hand there. It does seem to set really quickly, so have your brush at the ready before you apply it. And it does remind me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury highlighters in the Beauty Wand formula. Ooh, yes, pretty. It's a little bit thicker. It's not super watery, and it does seem to dry down like the Charlotte Tilbury ones do. And because of that, I usually find that formula to be pretty long wearing. All right, we're all powdered, and I did try to avoid this part of my cheek with my face powder, which is the Honest Beauty, but I did use a little bit of powder under the eyes and it kind of went over that glow, but that's okay because I wanted to test out how this highlighter would go over powder. I'm gonna tap just a little bit more. I'm gonna go from the back of my hand though this time, and just, oh yeah, okay. That goes on just fine over the top of powder. But if you're going over powder, I think it's real important to blend it, kind of push it into your brush first on the back of your hand and then onto your cheek. So if you're an oily girl like me who usually powders, you can apply it like this on top, or if you're a dry skin girl, you can apply it just on top of your foundation. All right, now after powdering and adding highlighter, kind of feel like I lost a little color on the cheek, so I'm just gonna, no extra product, just gonna take my brush and tap over. Also take my contour brush. So I do always like to go back with a little powder bronzer usually, you know, just kind of helps set everything in place, which I may still do at the end, but we'll see. All right, the next product that let's try is a brow product. So there are two products, which I have an idea for this one. So let's start off with this. It says Hair and Brow Magic Wand. And I don't see a color on here. Let me pull this up. So it says a 2-in-1 clear hair and brow gel that works overtime to instantly tame flyaways, baby hairs, and refine eyebrows. Now they did also send a brow laminate, which says Sculpt and Set. I kind of want to try this because I don't have another product like that. My hair was in the towel a little while this morning, and you can see these sideburns are a little out of control. I haven't fixed my hair yet. But let's just put a little bit, ooh, okay. So this wand reminds me of the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, where it has kind of longer bristles on one side and shorter on the bottom. So let's just kind of put this here, see what this does. Let's just see if we can. So if you have long hair and you're putting your hair up, this, I guess, which you can use brow gel. I think that's a hack that's been around for a while, but you can use brow gel to tame the flyaways. You just brush it through those flyaways there. And I don't know that this is super strong. Of course, my hair is very coarse, of course. So I don't know that that really did a whole lot to tame that. So maybe we'll try it on the brows later. All right, let me quickly fill in with the CoverGirl Nano Brow Pencil in Blonde. All right, the brows are on. They're not perfected yet because I have a feeling I might have to go back and touch them up anyway, because sometimes with a laminating product like this, you have to. All right, how do we even use this? And what does it say about this? It says that this is an innovative formula, a combination of gel and wax to help hold your brows in place. Retails for $16.49. And it does have this like comb and brush on one side. And then how's the applicator? Oh, okay. It looks like it's, yep. Oh, okay. Whoa. Very, very liquidy and a lot of product comes out. Okay. Kind of reminds me of the Got to Be Glued hair gel. All right, here we go. Let's just put this on. I'm not sure how much. Oh, okay. I was concerned that it would apply too much to the brows at once, but it does not seem to be overly goopy on the brows, which is good. Yep, I can tell I'm gonna need to go back. This is probably, I don't know. I don't do laminated brows, so I'm kind of new at this game, but I know a lot of times they apply like the wax first and then your pencil. Oh yeah, I can feel it setting down. All right, I'm gonna use the brush side just to kind of, oh wow, okay, yep. Definitely a lot of hold there. Can feel it drying down. I feel like the comb side would be if you have any areas like this in the center like I do, to kind of want to separate before they set. Okay, now I'm not going for a super crazy brow look, but wow, I don't know if you can see the brow hairs there, but they are very much standing up in place. Okay, I think I better do this. I was debating whether I was going to do this on both brows. Let's see what the regular brow gel looks like on the other, and we can compare hold. And then once it sets, I'll go back and fill in. All right, so this one also, the stopper doesn't seem to pull off much product. So I'm going to go in with the shorter side, brush a little bit of this. I do really love the Benefit Brow Setter. I feel like that is the strongest holding brow gel that I have ever used. So I feel pretty familiar with that. Okay, so this is a softer look, I feel like, than the laminated brow, but we'll see if it still has the hold power. Okay, this brow seems to be dry and feels, it doesn't feel crunchy, but I can definitely feel the brow hairs are in place. I can tell there's a little bit of a wax product in there. So let's now see if the brow pencil can go over that product. Sometimes these don't work well together, but let's just see. Actually, that went fine. Now this fine tip and stiffer formula, I think, is definitely key. You're going over a product like this. I like that. Okay. All right, that didn't end up being as scary as I thought it would be. And this product is dry. I can tell the hold is not the same as the Benefit. Now that one retails for $8.79. I'm not sure if I said that or not. But I do feel like for a drugstore, that pricing is not bad. And I do find that it is better than like the NYX Control Freak. There's definitely a little more hold with this one. So I do prefer it over that, but it's not quite up to the Benefit one. All right, it's time for lashes. Let me curl my lashes. Also been pulling in this detail lash curler just in the outer corner. Now for mascara, I did try this yesterday because I wanted to know how it lasted throughout the day, if there were flakes or smudges, because this is the Extend Lash Mascara. It says it's their best-selling, award-winning mascara. All right, I had to fix my contacts, so I decided I might as well fix my hair so we could round out this video without any more interruptions. This has been one of those filming days that's a little, you know, if anything can go wrong, it goes wrong. So let's finish out now. I have some mascara and then some lip products. So back to the Extend Mascara. So I wore this yesterday and I had maybe like 2 tiny little flakes below here, but that is not unusual. In fact, usually I have more. Now I applied it yesterday like I am today with no primer, and I was quite surprised how much I loved the look. Now it does say it adds volume. I don't feel like it's super voluminous, not at least compared to a superhero mascara, but it definitely adds a lot of good length. So let me just apply this here. Okay, so there's 1 coat on the bottom lashes and I would say about 1.5 coats on the upper lashes. Now, I feel like with all mascaras, especially tubing, you do want to make sure if you're going to layer on, you layer up before it completely dries down. But I don't feel like this one gets ever like super hard and crusty or crunchy, but it does layer up really well. But with each layer, I don't feel like you're adding a lot of more volume, but I definitely notice that it keeps adding more length. And I was able to do like 3 coats yesterday without starting to get that spidery look on the lashes. They did not get clumpy, and it removed just like a tubing mascara does, which means typically your eye makeup remover is not going to remove it. All you need is warm water. You just press your fingers over your lashes and rub it together, and then you pull off the tubes on your lashes. It sounds really weird, but it's a fun thing, and actually it's one of the easiest types of mascara to remove fully, so you don't end up with raccoon eyes the next morning when you wake up. So there you go. There's 2 coats, and I think that's a really beautiful kind of natural-ish looking lash, but long. So let me show you 3rd coat, and I'm going more towards the ends of the lashes just to add on a little more length. And I think it does. I think those look pretty amazing. I do have nice long lashes, but they're blonde. So from this eye to this eye, hopefully you're seeing a pretty big difference. All right, mascara is done, and I went ahead and cleaned up the couple little spots that I got on my skin around the eyes. And now I think I want to go back and just add a little bit of this kind of brighter pink shade from this palette, just to add, do you see how that just added a little bit of brightness to the inner corner? I think I'm going to just keep this an all matte eye. I don't do that very often on my channel, but I do like an all matte eye. I think it's really pretty, and I know a lot of you prefer that. So I thought, let's just keep it that way. All right, now I did go ahead and apply some MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot around the lips. And when I took the break to go ahead and fix my hair, I did eat a little bit of something, and so therefore it removed the rest of that hydrating lip product. But I feel like this did a good job. My lips feel hydrated and ready for lip application. So the final product that I think I'm going to use today is this gloss, but we need a lip liner. So I'm going to go in. Let's try this LA Girl. This is the Shockwave Nude Lip Liner, and it's the shade Rosewood. Now this is pretty deep, so I'm just going to go real light-handed. And then I'm going to smudge that in. So I don't want this to be a bright lip look with gloss. I want just enough definition and color. And I have not yet even swatched this gloss, but I'm excited to. This says this is the Lip Lights Shine Gloss, and I feel like I remember some brand that had a lip gloss that when you unscrewed the lid, a light came on. So we're gonna see if that happens in a moment, but it says touch-ups on the go have never been easier thanks to the built-in mirror, which is right here. and LED light for perfect application. Okay, this will be fun. And this retails for $13.79. It looks like a pretty milky pink color. The shade they sent is Marshmallow. This is a perfect color for me. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, yep. I don't know if you can see it yet. Can you see the light? It's kind of hard in these lights, right, to see. Oh, yep. Okay. You can see it kind of shining on. Okay, let's use the, hey, it's actually a functional mirror. It's not one of those funhouse mirrors. Okay. Ooh, this smells even better than the previous two lip products. This, it still has a bit of a fruity scent. They've chosen to go more in the fruity genre. I would say this smells like Skittles or Starburst. Okay. Nice. It has a bit of a thicker feel, but not sticky. But I also don't feel like it's a different texture than a lip oil. So I think it's perfect in between, although it is definitely one I can tell you can actually apply too much and it will be goopy. But I think that's really pretty. Let me put a little bit, I don't think there's a little bit of a milky color and you can kind of see maybe a little of the tack. But again, it's not super sticky. But a really nice, just kind of nude pink shade that I love, a cool pink. I really like that. All right, here is the finished look and I love it. I love how everything came together. So let's talk about my top favorites. So I would say some of my top favorite products and ones that I would actually repurchase if I run out of, the bronzing drops. Now I have not compared the ingredient list to the debronzing drops. So I will do that and just see for myself if I feel like the ingredient deck is that much different. But as far as how they perform, I think these are a great alternative. So I would definitely buy those again. Surprisingly, this blush wand, even though I only used a little bit on my cheeks, you can see here, I washed my hands multiple times, did my hair, ate, all that washed, and I still have a stain from where this was. Not where the cheek tint was, but where this was. And so I am excited to explore this and more shades because I think there are, I don't know, 4 or 5 shades in this. So this was definitely a great product for me. The mascara, the way it performed yesterday, I think this is a great tubing mascara. And these other two beauty wand type products, I think these are fantastic. And I personally cannot tell a difference between this and the Charlotte Tilbury. So I would purchase this over that. And the highlighter wand as well. I think that performed very well. As far as the lip products go, I think my favorite is the gloss, just because it does actually add a little bit of color. And that's my preference with a gloss. Everything else I think performed very well. This is the only thing that for my particular skin type, I don't find myself reaching for this type of a product, but everything else I think was really, really nice. And I am super impressed and plan to explore more from this brand. Let me know if you see or have tried any of these products. Again, check your grocery stores. That's where they're gonna be sold. And I'm excited to be able to explore more, try more, and I will, of course, be sure to share that with you. As always, check the description box down below for links and a list of everything that I used today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.